Everyone, this is Sunshine Valentine here with Solstice Beauty for another episode of the Brow Series. This is going to be a three-part series. We did our first episode not last week, but the week before last. Our first one was about brow basics. So if you did not get a chance to check that one out, take a look at that. Those are some basic brow tools that we use for quick on-the-go looks that really look nice for any skin tone, any hair tone. So we cover all of that, the basic brow look, some of those tips. And those were some of my favorites. But today we're going to talk about some different variations of brow products. Today's brow is for a more bolder brow look. We're talking about your brow fix. Those products that are going to really hold those brows into place and keep them there. So I did this show on Instagram an hour before, and I really did talk about the 24-hour brow products that we have. I'm going to touch on that a little bit, but in this episode, I'm going to focus more on the brow powders and how to do that. And then for our third episode, that'll be coming up next, we're going to talk more about brow design and how to get the best shaped brow for your face shape, and also even how to get some celebrity inspired brows. So we'll talk about that coming up. So I hope you guys are excited about this as I am. This was actually a very requested topic. I had people request this topic a couple of times. And so I wanted to get something together for you. But you know, at Solstice Beauty, we don't just gloss over it and tell you the same thing that you can hear at any other beauty channel. I really do like to go deep into the topic, but also explain it in a way that you understand the little bitty things that make a difference in your makeup application. So I hope you enjoy what we have planned for you today. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Hey, Laverne, thanks for joining me again today. How are you? I got some new brow techniques for you and all of everyone out there. I'm going to go ahead and put up in the comments a banner for how you can get these brow products. I've been talking about them over and over again in my Instagram and also in my Facebook post. I've been posting every day all of the different brow products we have. We have everything that you need in a brow bar. So actually, if you're a makeup artist, or if you are a salon stylist, or anyone who has a brow bar and you're looking for a really nice expansive line of brow tools that you can use, then talk to me, because we also do business to business. So we don't only do brows, you know, for my clients that come into the salon, but we do have supplies for other businesses. So yeah, you guys take advantage of that. I'm going to put the website up. It's http:// nowadays I don't think you even have to put that part in, but it's solsticeimaginginc.com/main. If you don't put the main in, you won't get the most recent version of the website. We're working on that, working all the kinks out of it as we speak, but it is still open for business. Orders have been coming in and we've been shipping them out. So yeah, take a look at a lot of our brow products. Like I said, we don't have one or two. We have an expansive line of brow products for you to try. So today we're going to talk about some different things. I want to kind of touch a little bit on our 24-hour brow dip product. They come in about four different colors. Let me see if I can. I'm not going to take too much time trying to pull them up so I'll just talk off the top of my head. But they have a blonde, a taupe, ash brown, a medium brown, and a dark brown. This is a cream product. So this is the medium brown that I have. And as you can see, it is a cream potted product. It lasts 24 hours. It is waterproof. It will not come off. And I did the Instagram, the IGTV version of this brow episode, and I kind of put those on the brows. And then I went to try to take them off. And as you can see, it does not come off like that. So unfortunately, I was gonna, start from scratch with you guys and do that same product, but the 24-hour brow really is 24-hour. It's not coming off. So yeah. So my name on YouTube, even with the remover, it's taken a lot. I didn't want to rub my eyes like this because I didn't want to take the chance that I was going to take off my lashes or anything else. It is coming off with the remover, but as you see, it is coming off stubbornly. So I'm Solstice Imaging Ink, but I think on the YouTube, it's Sunshine Story Valentine. And if let me see if I can, no, I don't know a way where I could tell you what it is, but if you search Sunshine, SUNSHIN, I'll put it. Maybe I can grab the YouTube channel right quick and then put it in the comment section. But I stream the YouTube and the Facebook at the same time. So the Facebook and YouTube are exactly the same. It's simultaneously streamed, but the Instagram is a totally different show. So let's click on here. Come on. Your channel. Yeah, there they are. Looks a little different. So I copied it, and then when I come back to StreamYard, I'm going to put it in the comments here, and you should see it. Yeah, but the Instagram and the YouTube are exactly the same. So it's almost gone now, but I just did not want to work that hard. So I'm actually just going to kind of touch on it. I don't know. And yeah, so I took all this makeup off here, everything off. And I'm just going to go in with a little bit of my mineral powder to try to take a little bit of the shine off my face. So I don't know if you guys use mineral powders. They used to be really hot back in the day. Everybody used a mineral powder, but I really like it because it covers, it's nice, it gives you a nice little glow and a shine. It's also a natural sunscreen, so whenever I am in the sun, I like having a sunscreen on, and the sunscreen is automatically in the makeup, so it does a nice job of that. And it kind of covers a little bit. I'm having a tad bit of a breakout around this time of the month. That might have been too much information for you, but you ladies know. You guys know what it's all about. So I don't want to put on too much cream heavy makeup because, yeah, that'll be inviting more breakouts, and I'm trying to let my skin heal. The other thing about mineral makeup is that it doesn't have any like talcum in it or any, toxic preservatives because it is a mineral makeup. So, okay, there we go. Just have to smooth that out. So I don't know if you guys can see. I really like this product outside of the fact that it stays on like forever. it comes with a little eyebrow pencil brush. And this brush is a very stiff brush, which allows you to paint very tiny strokes. And this is why I ended up having the stuff on my hand that I couldn't get off. It allows you to paint very tiny strokes with this brush, like hair. So I usually get a little bit of it out. I put it on the back of my hand like a palette. And I work it into the hairs of this little brush. And I want to flatten that brush. So that's what I'm doing here. Flatten it into the hairs of the brush, like kind of slather it in, turn it over, slather it in, and then grab a little bit. That's gonna make it very easy for you to do a tiny brush stroke. And even less than that too. Is my hair sticking up on the top of my head? Okay, even less than that when it's in front of you. So I'm gonna make it like really sharp, like a razor. Really sharp, like a razor edge. And then that's what I'm gonna use. And then I'll take my mirror. And these brows are looking a little wild because, like I said, I took the makeup off. So I'm going to use my, we do sell these eyebrow combs to comb my brow hairs back up. And also brush them in place. Our brow brushes are natural boar hair bristles. So you can tell the difference in the way that they control the brow hairs in a boar hair bristle versus a synthetic. The same thing when you have a boar hair bristle hairbrush, you can really tell the difference in the way that it controls your hair when you have a natural boar hair bristle brush. So these are really nice. We sell these in the store as well. Always make sure that you cap this because it will dry out, because it is a cream, but if you wait for it too long, it will dry out. So, and again, when I'm doing the line, I'm not going just making horizontal strokes right across my brow. I'm making strokes in the direction that the hair naturally grows in. So when I get towards the tip, these hairs grow down. So my strokes are going to be going down. Towards the center, they're more horizontal. Towards the front, they're more vertical. And I like to not only use one color, but I like to use a dual color to get me a little more dimension. So I'm going to use the ash brown color. Ooh. And just kind of give it a little more dimension. So I get a little bit out of the top. Again, I like to put it on my hand as a palette. I like to slather it in the brush, get it in the brush, and kind of like make that brush extremely flat so that I can get a really thin line. Okay. And then these are the looks that we're doing today are actually the bold looks. So you can do a bold one. If you ever wanted to do a graphic brow, I don't know if you guys can see how that went in. If you ever wanted to do a graphic brow, this is the oops, I talked too much. This is the product that I would use for a graphic brow. I'm going to connect that. And I'm not painting every single hair, kind of like every other hair. Because again, I want to make it look realistic. I'm going to go back in with my brow comb and brush. and feather that color in. I like it feathered. If you don't like it feathered, you don't have to feather it. But I think it gives you a more natural look, even if you're doing bold brows. Another good thing that I talked about before is that these products are formulated to mimic hair colors. So if you've ever been to a to get your hair done, and or not your hair done, but your makeup done, and a makeup artist used an eyeshadow color to do your brow hairs, they didn't use an actual brow shadow. We have actual brow shadows, even in this is one that you would use for red hair. There. Those are formulated to mimic hair tones. If you've ever had your makeup done and they used the shadow that wasn't formulated for brows, and then the light from the camera caught your brows, and it turned a little red, because it was like a brown tone that had red in it. Those kind of shadows kind of have a different undertone. So when the light hits on hair, it's picking up on the oils that are in the hair, the movement of the hair. But then when the light hits a shadow with a really red undertone, it's gonna look kind of like a red crayon across. It's not going to look like an actual brow, blended brow. So that's why you really want to use a brow shadow and not just an eyeshadow, because they're formulated to match the hair textures and the hair tones. So yeah, I've had that happen to me a couple of times. I don't know. I might post a picture, but I might not. I don't know. That person might know who they are, and I don't want to embarrass anybody. But yes, you definitely want to do that. Hey, Kim. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, this is KB Toys. This is my cousin, everybody. I love that hat, girl. You are doing it. I like the pictures that you posted of Jameer, too. We all miss him. I'm glad you joined us. I got a couple of other comments down here. And thank you for joining me on YouTube. Yes, I appreciate it. YouTube, I'm slowly trying to grow my YouTube. I'm not a YouTube person. I never was a YouTube person. I was actually very nervous about YouTube because of all of the negativity that comes with like haters, and a lot of the YouTubers that I used to follow, most of them ended up having a mental breakdowns, just dealing with all the stuff. And when you have lupus, or even if you just want to keep your life as drama-free as possible, you need to really be careful with your association, and that includes association online. And just seeing a lot of negativity feeds into yourself and your body, and I just really did not want to take the risk that was going to affect me health-wise. So I have put off YouTube for a very long time because of it, and so I am very late to the game. I've got a lot of stuff to learn. Bear with me. I'm slowly working through all of this, learning how to be a better brand ambassador myself, a better brand ambassador. And actually, speaking of brand ambassadors, if you're interested in being a brand ambassador for me, give me a holler. We're going to be doing our first brand ambassador launch in the summer with a product that we talked about last week. That product kind of interrupted our flow of the brow series. So if you're interested in that, let me know, because I want to get you on the list so that we can get you an influencer package out so you can join in the celebration in summer 2021 for our diamond lip collection. I'm looking forward to that. And I posted the YouTube channel on here just in case. I probably should put that as a banner just in here. Let me go ahead and create a banner for it. That way it'll be in here always. Yay. Thank you for mentioning that, Vern's Closet. I appreciate you, because that was a good thing. I'm going to go back to the comments. And I believe that's the last thing. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these. So I feathered that brush, these hairs in a little bit. But I want to talk to you guys about another product. This is our brow mascara. We have two versions of this brow mascara. We have it in just the regular tube. This is our classic packaging. All of our makeup has two different levels of packaging. So we have your regular, which is cost effective. It looks nice. But then our black packaging is the Glam Luxe packaging. So everything in the black packaging is kind of like an upgrade to your makeup. And we didn't want to, leave anybody out, but we wanted to give you a luxury option. And so check out on the website, check out our black packaging versus our regular package. Thanks, Burns Closet. I hope you mean this one that I worked on, not this one that I haven't worked on yet. Okay, I'm still going. Okay, but let me finish telling you this. So this is our regular brow mascara wand, just like a regular mascara wand. You can get this in a clear, and I believe there's 4 other hair colors that this brow mascara comes in. And what I'm going to do is just, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a little bit of hair right here that is just in the way always. And he does not like to stay where he needs to go. So you take a little bit of brow mascara, and that will fix your brows in place. So that's why we're talking about the brow fix. This is brow mascara. Now, just because I don't want to be one brow and not the other brow, I'm going to do the other brow, but I kind of wanted to show you guys a trick. So this is what you do when you want to, this is another way that you do your brows. You can put on a little bit of brow mascara. It's a gel, so it's going to be slightly wet. This is our angled brow pencil. I don't know if you can see that tip. It has an angled tip and it has a spoolie at the bottom. I'm going to go into a little bit of brow powder from one of our brow palettes. This is our 3-well brow palette. There's also a 2-well brow palette. And then I'm going to just use that powder right on the top of the brow gel. And what that does is it kind of makes a brow mousse and gives you a really thick, dark line that stays put. Use the spoolie at the bottom. That stays put, but still has a matte texture to it. Okay, can you guys see that brow? We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So that's one thing that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that you can use your brow powders as, powders just in general. But if you want to give it a little more hold, not quite as much hold as, your 24-hour, but a little more hold, all you do is start first with that brow mascara. Go in with a little bit of the brow powder. When that gel mixes with that powder, it makes a brow mousse and it holds those brows in place, but gives you a nice matte look to your brows. So I'm looking halfway here. I'm going to fix this up a little bit, guys. And then we'll get to highlighting. Okay. Any other questions? Let me know. I don't see any comments or questions down there, so we're going to keep going. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about on the other brow. I'll have to talk about it a little bit just so you guys know. I don't want you to miss out. One of the quickest ways to do your brows is our normal brow pencil. It is not normally this short, but I have used it a lot. This one is usually in my purse. It is very quick, and it is a traditional pencil, so you will need to sharpen it. And I was talking to my Instagram people about sharpeners. A lot of people have asked me about brow sharpeners. They don't have anything that sharpens brow pencils good enough. You need our pencil sharpener, and this sharpener is amazing. It's better than most of them on the market. I won't say better than anyone on the market. I haven't run across one that I like better than this, but you know, I have this, so I'm not looking for one. So if you find one that's better than this, drop it in the comments because I want to check it out. This brow sharpener has 3 different holes. So you have your first hole there. That's a small traditional size. So this pencil fits in there, and then I can sharpen it. But one of the good things about this is it also has this little red lever here that takes up any crayon. What tends to happen with these with sharpeners is that the crayon gets stuck in the razor blade, and all that pressure, you can never kind of like really get all the crayon out of the blade. So all that pressure in there dulls the blade, and after a while it doesn't work anymore. But this one has a little lever that takes any of the crayon up, and then whatever is not there, you have this little pick that you pull out, and you can pick out any little pieces of crayon and then get in there and really clean that blade. These sharpeners are made in Germany. These are German blades, so they're extremely sharp. So you have one blade on one end, and then on the other end, this is a dual pencil for your medium-sized pencils and your fat pencils. I should have said fat pencils and medium pencils. For those big fat crayons, they have these. And so, yes, I really like this sharpener. You can get this as sharp as you like it. I tend for brows not to like it extremely sharp. I like a kind of a blunt edge a little bit. But yeah, pick up one of these sharpeners if you guys need a really good sharpener. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to go in on this side of my face. And again, I still do have a little bit of the 24-hour brow on. I tried to take it off, but I couldn't take off all of it. Yeah, so that's why it's still there, but I'm going to show you. So again, I like to trace the underneath brow first. And I like to go in the direction of the brow hairs. And then I come across the top and just kind of like connect the dots. And then trace that down. This has that spoolie on the end. And so you can go in with that spoolie and brush them out. So it gives you a nice natural look. Whoops. I dropped it, but it didn't fall all the way. And I kind of want to round out that look a little bit. So brows are always supposed to be sisters, never twins. But I try to make mine as close to each other as I can to be symmetrical. This is my stepchild eye, so it never is exactly symmetrical like the other one. And then, of course, these are 2 different brow textures. You can tell the brow mousse one is a thicker, more full look than the pencil. But not to worry, because I'm going to show you another method on that side, right? As if our brows need to be any thicker. How many of you guys out there like those brow? How many of those like those brow, thick boy brows? Yes, I dropped it. I didn't drop on the floor, though. I just dropped in my lap, thank goodness. I wouldn't have been able to use it if I dropped on in my lap. Okay. I'm going to go back in here and pop up my website again. In case you guys want to know where to get these wonderful brow products from. This is the brow mascara with the black version. Oh no, this is not my mascara. Did I bring that one in here? It almost looks like this. It has, maybe I grabbed the wrong one. Oh, I might have grabbed the wrong one. Brunette brow pencil, brow dip liner, brow dip liner, dual fix. Oh no! Doesn't look like I brought that one in here. Well, I will be sure right after I get off this episode to post on the Facebook a picture of the product. It has a round. I gotta have it in here. Maybe I have it in here. Do I? No. I grabbed the wrong one. That's the liner. This is the liner, but it's in a tube just like this. But it has a rounded brow ball. So sometimes you've seen those mascara wands that have a little ball on it. And that kind of helps you to control those wayward brush hairs a little better. Maybe at the end of the episode, I'll go back and get it so you can see. But it has a rounder wand, and you're able to kind of control those hairs a little better. But let's go ahead and put some more brow powder on. I'm going to use a darker shade. These come, of course, in a couple of different configurations. I think I might have talked to you guys about the fact that they come in a three-well, and this is a 3-well with a shimmer powder for the brows. I'm going to grab a little bit of brow mascara. This is the brow mascara. Again, paint it on the brow. And then go in with the brow powder using my angled brush. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's making a brow mousse that's locking any brow hairs in place. Can you guys see? And I usually like to paint just with the tip of the brush, but you also just saw me use the whole flat angle of this brush, and it's a good thing that this brush has this angle. It's specially made with this angle so that you can either paint with that tip or you can use the brush flat. Use it flat and paint across. I don't have brown mascara on, so you can't see it. But you can get a nice ombre horizontal line just by using this angled brush. You don't even have to try. The other thing too is it's just the right height for the beginning of the brow. So sometimes if you want, now these are exaggerated bold brows, but sometimes if you don't have hairs at the very beginnings of your brow and you're never quite sure how thick you should make it, this brush is cut to be kind of like the average perfect height for your brow. So all you would have to do is go into a little bit of your powder. You're going to tap that like right in the powder and then start it wherever you want your brow to start, and that's as high as you want to go. And then you can take it up just to that point. We're not talking about brow shaping and how to shape your brows. That's a whole nother episode. If you guys want me to do that and talk about kind of like the golden mean and where should the arch start and all of that, if you guys want me to talk about that, let me know, because that will have to be a whole nother lesson. Actually, I've done a brow lesson when I go to the cosmetology schools or when I do these talks at schools, because I tie it in with geometry. There's a lot of geometry that is involved in brow placement on your face. When you're, especially if you're going to get your brows microbladed, you're getting permanent makeup done, they use a lot of angles, geometric angles, to kind of determine where that is. So that's a really deep topic. That's a whole nother thing. So if you're interested in that, please let me know in the comments. And I'm probably going to make a beauty class on that, because that's more of a deeper topic, but we can do a live and do some brief versions of it. So that was another color, but just another way to do the brow. So we talked about the traditional brow pencils. We talked about the 24-hour brow. We talked about the brow mascaras in itself. They come clear. I like to do clear because then I can mix it with my brow powder. But if you don't like it clear and you just want to get it the color of your hair, then we have several different shades for the brow mascara, and those come in a lot of different shades. I still like to use 2 colors because I think 2 colors gives you a really nice mix. So yeah, we talked about that. You can mix the brow powder with the brow gel, mascara gel, and that makes it a brow mousse, which will stay and give you a more bold, full look. So these are some really bold, full looks, and I wanted to give you those. Speaking of what brow design, our next episode is going to be about brow design. And there's a science to it. I don't know if you guys know, but at Solstice Beauty, we work with a company that can create your own custom brow stencils. So we do have several types of stencils. We do carry the stencils that are just like your regular run-of-the-mill stencils, where you can go to like Walgreens and get, you know, your Ardell brow stencils. A lot of people have a hard time trying to figure out how to use brow stencils. I have a few of them here. You know, they come in a couple of different ways. And a lot of people just get frustrated with it, so they don't use it. That's because these are not customized to your face shape and your eyebrow arch. But we work with a company that does custom brow stencils. And even my Anastasia stencils. There's really a lot to it, and unless you're really taught on how to use it, These can be customized a lot more because, as you see, you can customize where your arch starts by these hairs. But I used to like to do this to see how much product knowledge the people who are supposed to be makeup artists, even the ones that are employed by Anastasia, go into a counter and ask them what these lines are on the stencil. Let me show you so you can see. Ask them what those lines are for. See how many of the artists, the brow specialists, know what those lines are for. It costs money to put those lines in this plastic, and it serves a purpose. Tell me, what are the lines that are here and the ones that are here? What are they for? Ask them. See how many people at the counter actually know. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who will tell you something, but then you got to ask yourself, does that really make sense? They serve a purpose. Most people don't know what that purpose is. And you know, a lot of people don't get very much into brows. I really do think that the brows shape your face. If there's one thing that I'm going to do, and I'm not putting on makeup, I usually try to do something to my brows or my lashes if I can. Because you can take a little bit of lip gloss or Vaseline, slide it on your lips. You can pinch your cheeks. You can go out greasy faced. It'll still look okay. But if you have a nice shaped brow, then you're going to look really nice. And I haven't shaped my brows in a long time. So with these brow stencils, we're going to talk a little bit about how the shape of your face should determine what shape your brows are. And different hairstyles lend themselves to other shaped brows. So if you go to the salon, you get a totally different haircut, it will probably kind of change the shape of your face a little bit. And if it does, then you might need to consider doing a different shaped brow. Even if you don't change your brow because of your hairstyle, though, getting a different shaped brow will definitely change your makeup look, give you a little spice in your life, liven things up. And it's always fun to try different topics. So we'll talk a little bit about face shapes. We have several different types here. And if you even if you have a kind of a brow that you've always admired on another celebrity, you can get a celebrity styled brow. So we got some brow stencils that were made especially by the eyebrows of certain celebrities. So Janet Jackson is in here. We got Shakira. We got Tyra Banks. We got Vanessa Williams. We have Heather Locklear, Pamela Anderson, Jennifer Aniston, Gwyneth Paltrow. So maybe what I'll do is like post some celebrities, and you guys can tell me which celebrity brow you want me to try to do. And hopefully we'll find one that's not too far away. I have thick brows. I usually style mine on the Audrey Hepburn brow, so that's why they're so thick, like the Diamonds Are Girls, not Diamonds Are Girls' Best Friend, Breakfast at Tiffany brows. But when I do cut them down, I usually kind of like to go with more of a Halle Berry style brow. So we'll look into that, and we'll pick out some stencils and try those out. That is our brow design lesson. We won't go really deep into it because, again, that could be a whole mini course in itself. And a lot of people don't really get that into brows unless they're doing permanent makeup. And with permanent makeup, you kind of want to get it right. So they make sure to do that, and they'll do brow stencils. But everyday people can use brow stencils to, like you say, freshen up your look, give you something new, give you something different. And so we're going to talk about that in our next episode. But the last part that I want to show you is the highlighting portion. So in the Instagram show, I showed you our brow shimmers. This is a cream eye shimmer. Let me see if I can show you. The light is reflecting off of it bad, so you can't really tell it what it is. you can't, I can't swatch it for you, but this one is 14 karat gold. It's a creamy brow, and it's not just used for brows, you can use it for the eyes, but it's a creamy gold color. Creams are really silky, they go on your eye really nice. So we talked about that. And I wanted to just do for you guys the traditional brow highlight that you see most people doing all the time with a little bit of foundation or concealer. And also then I was going to show you some of our shimmer products from our strobing palette. So one eye I'll do kind of like the traditional concealer brow that you guys are used to seeing. And then the other one, I'm going to pull out my strobing palette and show you the strobing. I don't know if we'll get to the shimmer glitters. I think that'd be a little too much. These are also some liquid shimmers. I usually use these on the eyelid more so. You can put them at the top of the brow, but they are some extremely pigmented shimmers. So maybe I won't do that. We'll do the shimmers at another time, but some people do like to use those under their brows as well. So I'm going to take one of our liquid concealers in a light color. This is shade N55. With shade N55, obviously this is not my skin tone, but I am going to use this to go right under the brow. Got it in my hair. I'm going to take a flat brush, lay it on the skin, and just swipe through with it. I usually just go underneath, but a lot of people do like to trace out their brows on top too. I tend not to like to go on top because you have to be really careful to make sure that you have also blended it here, and not just here, but all the way up your forehead. Because if you have not, and you take a picture, when that camera, the flashback from the camera hits your face, you're going to see where you did this line. Like I'm starting to see some flashback here as well. So you really have to kind of pull your head in a lot of different directions when you do that to make sure that you are completely blending that. Or if the camera lights hit it, you're going to see where you outlined your eyebrow. And I think that is a beauty faux pas. So I try not to, I don't even go there with it. I think they could deal with a little more if it's just a little too much under here, than if they see where you've traced the whole entire eye. That kind of defeats the purpose. So, and again, I always try to make sure I'm looking at it from several different angles, with my head down, with my head up, tilted to the side, moving back and forth a little bit to see where that light is going to catch what I did. So that hopefully I catch it before I go out in public and make a fool of myself. So that's your traditional normal foundation type brow where people will use a concealer. We have these in liquids, and we also have these in creams. So you can go in with a cream or a liquid and get that foundation. There was a comment down here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. You're stunning too. You and I have the same hairstyle going on here, girl. Both of us got the waves on today. We got the waves today. I like the waves. Okay, so traditional foundation is done. You can always go in with a powder. Let me just go ahead and do this on the other side too, because I'm actually going to put the powder on top of it and give it a little more bling. Or should I do the strobe? Maybe I'll just do the strobing. So maybe on this eye, that way you can still see the glitter ones. Okay, so on this eye, I'm just going to go in with our strobing palettes. So our strobing palettes are, we have some in a cream version and also some in a powder. This one is called, and they're called spotlights. This one is called the bead, B-E-A-D, goes on. The bead goes on. And the beat goes on and on and on and on and on. You guys like Sonny and Cher? Younger people are like, who? I love that song. Anyway, it reminds me of this palette. It's called The Beat Goes On. And these, I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. They look a little bit like that, but they are cream highlighters. And we have 3 different colors here. And I'm just going to go in a little bit and show you some swatches. So we have HL50. And then we have HL55. The light's so bright, you really can't see my swatches. Let me make sure I don't have any transfer. HL55 is more of a peachy color. And then we have HL47. And these are, I don't know if you could tell, they're creamy, but they're like a cream to powder. So once you put them on and then you rub them in, they kind of have a powdery dry finish to them. So these are our Face Light creams. And this one in particular is called The Bead Goes On. There's like four different versions of this palette. You can use those, and they're like I said, a cream to powder. But because I used a liquid, and anytime you have a liquid, if you want it to stay, you're going to have to put a powder on top. Because I use a liquid, I'm going to use our powder strobing palette, and these are the spotlights. I don't know if you can see similar colors, but there we go. Similar colors. Yeah, you can't really see it. But I'll do some pictures of it so you can see the other products in the gram. Look to the gram for some pictures of these products. So I'm going to use that to set. And this one is going to be Spotlight 512. That's the brightest color. And I'm going to use that brightest color because this concealer was very light. So I'm going to follow up with a light spotlight. These are really pigmented. Go in right under that brow and just trace that line. It's a little too much. I was trying not to do a little too much. And I'm just smoothing it out. Smoothing it down a little bit. I like to go in with my finger right towards the middle. And then I don't do a lot of dulling it down right there, because here's the trick. Go in with a nice blending brush and a matte powder. I'm going to use my, actually I think I'll just use a contour powder. This one is contour number 10. Lightly tap it on my blending brush and then go into that crease. And without me having to blend it, it's going to blend on its own. Now I see a little too much shimmer right out the corner of this eye. So I'm going to wipe it down a little bit. Go in with a little bit of my foundation and wipe it away. So I have a really nice highlighted brow. I don't know if you guys can see. A really nice highlighted brow right there. And these are our spotlights. Okay, so that's one way to do it. On the other eye, I'm going to use one of our liquid glitter shimmers. This is a black product. And this one is in the color 903 Stiletto. So I'm going to take this, go right under the brow. And this is a glitter. And then I'm going to put the top back on it. Go in with one of my oval brushes and just kind of blend it down a little bit. I don't want too much in the beginning. And I think I like it better blending with my finger. It's a wet liquid, but once it dries, it kind of stays in place. And again, I'm going to just take my blending brush, go into a brown color, and let that blending brush do a little more blending to get that look in place. I think I went a little too far in that corner with my glitter. So I'm going to get rid of that. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but that is my glitter eye. So that's my regular shimmer eye, and that's the glitter eye. So hopefully you guys were able to see all the different kinds of ways that you can do a brow. There's so many different options. So no need to just be old and boring with your brows and your makeup. There's so much out there where you can change things and make a difference. So I wanted to show you guys all of the brow products that we have. If you missed an episode, please go back and watch the other episodes because I talked about a different brow product in each episode. And of course, let me go ahead and pop that website again up in case you guys want to.
It's 9 o'clock.
We do have our own, we do make custom products. So you can come in for a brow consultation with me and we'll go over what products, you like, and we can customize a regimen for you for whatever your lifestyle is. If it's quick, if it's bold, if it's basic, if it's art. We can even, like I said, get custom brow stencils made for your particular eye shape and the ones that you want. So I was wonderful. I loved sharing all these things with you. It was wonderful meeting with you guys again. I'm going to pop that website up there. And if you are a makeup artist or a business that owns a brow bar and you want to look into getting your own brow bar made, we even have the displays for them, then just let me know and we can hook you up, okay? So thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it, all the time that you spent with me. And let me know if you guys have any other questions. Until then, I'm Sunshine Valentine for Solstice Beauty, and I want to be your head-to-toe stylist. I like doing all of it, the complete picture. So I've been talking a lot about hair and makeup, but I also like nails, and I also like fashion. So hopefully soon we'll be getting into that. And I also want to remind you guys to be safe. A lot of us who've been at home are getting ready to go into work now. I know with my job, we start on May 1st. I do have a COVID collection coming out. I think I will do that next week instead of following up with the brows, just kind of to release that to you guys for those of us who are going back into work starting May 1st. We have some really nice options for mask as well as options for makeup that are COVID friendly, mask friendly makeup options. And I'm so excited to tell you guys about that too. So yes, join me next time. Until then, I'm Sunshine Story Valentine, reminding you to keep shining. Bye-bye.